trying to make it all make sense.
The
More.
You
No.
Podcast.
So, something that I'm known to say when people are complaining about certain things in life that I think don't really have value in complaining about or worrying about, or discussing that they're unhappy about something that I think is something that doesn't have enough value to dictate their happiness in that way. I commonly say happiness is a choice. And while I entirely agree with this statement, I understand why it can be confusing to some people, as well as people say, oh well, easier said than done. And at the end of Ray Kroc's book, Grinding It Out, that I've talked about in the past, he said something that regards this that I think is a better explanation surrounding the topic. He said that humans are not granted happiness. Happiness is not something that's granted and given. He said happiness is most accurately put in our Declaration of Independence, and that's really how the pursuit of happiness is. And in the Declaration of Independence, when it says you have the right to pursue happiness, happiness being deserved or granted is not how life works, and the opportunity to pursue happiness is more accurate. Anyone can pursue happiness, and anybody can instill the proper principles and practices to help enable happiness in their life. Happiness is also something that's not always something that you're going to have in your life. You aren't always going to be feeling happiness. Just as nobody's perfect, nobody is always happy. There's ups and downs in life. With that being said, though, you can work to pursue happiness and create a life that's filled with as much happiness as possible. Many people believe that happiness is an emotion that is just almost randomly evoked, or is something that comes with almost chance, where something good happens that makes you happy, but then something bad will happen that'll take your happiness away. And the truth is nothing can take your happiness away except for yourself. At the end of the day, you do dictate your own happiness. But there are certain experiences and outcomes and situations which can deter and get in the way of happiness. And this is where, when I discuss that you're free to pursue happiness and go about creating a life that's filled with happiness, it applies here, where you can instill those practices and principles like I've discussed to mitigate those situations and experiences and outcomes that create unhappiness in someone's life. Understanding that you're always able to pursue happiness makes happiness something that's always obtainable, no matter where you're at, how low you are, or what's going on in your life. A clear example of this is the millions of alcoholics and drug addicts who reach what is called rock bottom, and then from there they find some new awareness, some newfound realization, and start to begin to create a new life that's pursuing happiness in a more valued way, rather than this impulsive, instant gratification way that they were getting from using substances. Some good steps towards pursuing a life of happiness, if you feel it's something that you don't currently have and need to pursue, or you want to pursue a life that's filled with more happiness, is taking some time to assess yourself, your daily practices, how you go throughout the day, things that make you happy throughout the day and things that bother you, relationships that you value and relationships that create issues and heartache in your life, as well as habits and other things that could be added or taken out of your life to create more happiness. Simply just taking the time to create this awareness could be enough to start the pursuit of happiness, but you may need to make a list or do some form of journaling in order to figure it out. And then from there, with any pursuit or process, you must put in the time and effort and instill the necessary principles and practices to make it happen. Understand that happiness is obtainable, but it's not granted or something that's deserved. It's something that must be pursued and worked towards, and a product towards the life that you create for yourself. I hope this talk makes a positive impact in your life. Please subscribe to the podcast wherever you are listening or watching it, check out other episodes, leave a review, and follow us on social media at More You Know Pod. Also, please don't forget about our sweepstakes. Retweet a clip with the hashtag The More You Know and New Podcast from our Twitter for a chance to win a signed copy of my upcoming book, The More You Know, coming this fall. Tag 2 friends in the comments on a clip on Instagram for a chance to win a brand new copy of Dean Graziosi's Millionaire Mindset or Ed Milet's Max Out. Like us or share a clip on Facebook for a chance to win a book I have read that highly inspired me, signed by me with an inspirational message. Again, thank you for listening as we propel with podcasting through the more you know.
I'm just trying to make it all make sense.
The
More
You
No
Podcast.